Good morning, ladies and gentlemen. It is July 1st, 2022. Now, this is just for the sport fan in me and my friends and them who are in sports. I know we had a little podcast, my brothers and cousin and I. We had a podcast, and unfortunately, we haven't been keeping up with it because of time constraints and schedules. But, as you guys know, I'm a Brooklyn Nets fan. I was a Brooklyn Nets fan even before KD and Kyrie and them got there, even when it was terrible. And after KG and them left and etc., those who know me knows the story. So I'm still a Net fan. I'm just speaking on behalf of like this whole thing. Now, I'm all for player movement and players having, the right to make their bread. I'm all for it because, as you guys know, back in the day it wasn't always like that. So I'm happy to see these men make their money and be able to have control of their destiny. However, with this situation, I'm a little disappointed. Obviously, I'm a Net fan, so losing two, Hall of Fame type players will make you upset, obviously. But the whole debacle that happened 3 years ago till now, it just kind of really frustrated. Now, barring, and I had a theory, is on our podcast, Sport Talk with the Fam, check it out on YouTube. I had a theory that when Kyrie took that hiatus in year 2, for us to allow us to get James Harden was a strategic move because Houston didn't want to give up James Harden they wanted to star for a star. They asked for KD. Obviously, Brooklyn was not going to give up KD because KD is the actual prize that Brooklyn wanted. Kyrie was just like a supplementary piece. No disrespect to him, right? And if they traded Kyrie, then KD wasn't going to stay. So they say, we can't do that. So Kyrie did the whole hiatus thing, was going away. The January 6th thing happened, blah, 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 blah. People were talking about how he's a cancer, yada, yada, yada. And they just decided to do a 3-way deal with 2 different teams, and we got James Harden. Now, the thing with James Harden didn't work out. The madness from last year, y'all already know the story. The mandates, however you feel about it, I thought it was kind of stupid to force him to play and force him to get a vaccine, yada, 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 whatever. Excluding if that was the case behind closed doors, and then when Kyrie came to them for the extension, it was like, nah, you can't play because they were holding the vaccine mandate against him only, then I don't blame them for doing what they did, and I have to suck it up. However, I'm starting to feel that was not the case, and this whole thing of them trying to, hold the organization hostage. Now, granted, I do believe that there should be some type of symbiosis when it comes to the organization as well as the players, especially star players. They have some level of cohesion because that's when you have a successful story. You see when the players are happy as well as the organization is happy and they work together as a team, things get done, right? So I'm all for that as well. But you can see that the trajectory was that KD and Kyrie and them was really, not really KD, because KD kind of more like a silent kind of guy as far as he does things behind closed doors. They were getting in the place where they were getting too much involved in the everyday thing as if they were the owners of the team. And this whole thing with him opting in, I was optimistic. I was like, oh, he opted in, he's gonna ball out this year, then they're gonna Brooklyn offer him the money next year, like a good sign of good faith. He opted in, he wanted to leave, he said he's not staying. KD's like, look, I'm not gonna stay here with just me and Ben Simmons. Ben Simmons, I can't blame him for saying that because Ben Simmons was MIA. The back situation was something that they weren't really sure was a legitimate reason for him not playing. So it is what it is. But I'm mad. And I feel that you're quitting on the team. You know what I mean? You quit on the fan base because of little issues that could have been avoided. The Brooklyn Nets gave you guys everything you wanted. They let you guys run the show. They let you guys, pick players, pick the coach, everything. And the one time they would say, look, guys, we want people who bought in and hold people accountable. You want to leave. And I feel, to me, that is very, disrespectful, short-sighted, and for lack of a better word, it shows a level of quit. You know what I'm saying? That you quit on the team because they wanted to hold you guys responsible for some level of your production. So with that being said, I hope that Ben Simmons does stay. I hope that he kills next year. He get MVP, right? And Brooklyn make it to the finals and we win the championship. Now, I know that's a lot because we lost 2 great players. You know what I'm saying? I'm not hating on their skill set. I'm not hating on them as players, as individuals. I know that they're very talented. I'm not hating on none of that. We lost 2 great players. However, hopefully Brooklyn can reestablish that culture And in the event another free agent superstar decides they want to leave, if we're still in the need of that, to pair it with Ben Simmons or something like that, then we can get somebody who really wants to stay and stick it out with them. So I'm optimistic still, and yes, I'm still gonna be a Brooklyn Nets fan. I don't know why people keep this idea that I'm not gonna be a fan anymore because KD and Kyrie left. I can still be a fan and still enjoy the game of basketball and like other teams. If my team is not doing well, doesn't mean that I'm leaving my team. However, I'm gonna leave it at that. You know what I mean? It's unfortunate. Like I said, I'm not trying to disrespect them. They the ones playing them. They playing basketball. It's their careers, yada yada yada. However, I am disappointed, and I don't really have a level of respect for their way of leaving the team. Well, let's look forward to the rest of this off season and see what happens next year.